Welcome everyone to tonight's stream, where things are ramping up shockingly globally, or should I say plainly. But this may not even be the time for jokes, to be honest, with how things are, with where this might go. But I'll explain how you will be if you're watching the replay of this, or listening live. No one's on yet though. You'll be empowered and stoked at the end of this, during it as well. Live on Rumble now, because this is actually, as crazy as it sounds, this could actually be good, and I'll explain. There's a lot behind that. So I'm gonna announce that we are live on Instagram real quick. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. Shout out to Nix. He says he came before the notification. Come on, Nix. Okay, hold on. APM changes. Yo, shout out to Bandrews, Non-Toxic, Paper Doll, what's going on? How's Australia? Paper Doll, what's going on in Australia now? Okay, I'm shouting out the live on Instagram, guys. So the shocking thing is that there's an energy disruption right now, but we're not noticing it or affected by it yet, because it takes about a month, almost 45 days, for a boat to come through the Strait of Hormuz and then come over here, over there, all around. They're going about the speed of bicycles. So it takes a long time before the disruption to catch up to all of a sudden, boom, this is actually happening, and there's less oil and energy. And if there's less oil and energy, of course, things get more expensive. And then with the increase of AI, when millions of people do, like, lawyers are about to be out of a job. 100%. They can't not be. Did you not hear the case? This girl just went and fought a whole legal case with no legal knowledge, using AI to look up every single. So they're about to be gimped. And then same with accountants. Like, there's millions and millions of people who will be jobless because of AI's thing. And this is a big plan. This is not a accident, a whoopsie daisy, or a side effect. Like, this is the plan. April 15th is what I've heard too, Mike. Shout out to Mike, who's paying attention. So guys, listen, there's a lot of the, let's just say, other things going on that we cannot fully mention on Instagram, other agendas about this. If you remember, it's going to be just like 2020 when you couldn't say certain things on Instagram about the truth of what's happening. So we're going to be discussing that on Rumble to avoid any strikes. If you want to tune in on Rumble, click the link in my bio and then come on over to Rumble. You'll see it there. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. Heron, don't worry about crying. Cry not and fear not, because in the end, we do win. But it's going to get a little bit weird before that is fully actualized. Okay. Truth checker, I could use codes, but like, just Rumble's a better viewing experience than this anyway, to be honest. It can play in the background, you know, and the chat there. We got a lot of good people on the chat on Rumble. So come on over to Rumble, guys, or go comment. Listen, don't comment on the live, but comment on any one of my posts, the word Rumble, and you'll get the link sent directly to your DMs. That, or you can just click the link in my bio. Come to Rumble. We got to discuss this. It is shocking. And Chris Anthony, I know don't worry. This is good eventually, but it's going to get a little bit weird before it gets good. Okay. So I hope to see you guys on Rumble. We're streaming there right now. Again, it's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. All right. We'll see you there. Yeah. So obviously nukes are fake. So I'm not worried about any nukes, but like, there could be big bombs. There could be other situations that unfold. There could even be hold on. Yo, shout out to King of Bees. King of Bees, if you're commenting, make sure you're commenting on the live chat, not on the post, or not in the comment section. Because I think King of Bees wants to join in the discussion live. So shout out to King of Bees. And then clever, fun prank. Make sure you're commenting on the live chat as well, not just the comments, because then no one else can see them. So guys, holy crappers, man. I think the cat's out of the bag now because a bunch of people are posting about it, that it's sometime around April 15th when all of a sudden, like there's, and this is the crazy part, I was going to say less gas and everything, but which affects every single thing. But the problem is, and the strange part is that they just started putting E15s. You guys know ethanol, 15% ethanol in gas across the United States. Within the next 3 weeks, apparently it's all going to be E15. Or you can pay premium to get E10, which is still shit, like 10% ethanol. So the idea is this. This is what people are thinking. We had cash for clunkers in the, what was that, the 90s, the 80s? Let me know when cash for clunkers was. I think it was the 90s though. Maybe it was early 2000s. But where it took a million good cars off the road, millions, I don't know how many millions, maybe hundreds of thousands. But, and then everyone bought the new cars, which don't last. You can't fix in your driveway. You can't be tracked, right? Like there's a reason for that agenda. People are thinking that the E15 thing, they could put other stuff in gas, by the way, that gimps everyone's cars. And then here's the plan. It's not everyone go buy an electric car. You think they're kind of, they are forcing us to go electric, but not in the sense that they think everyone's going to be able to go buy an electric car. Obviously, that's not. The idea is make it unaffordable and then 15-minute city it, or AI freaking bus, electric bus, public transit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's true, New Englander. Could be some new powerful stuff. That's true. That's true. Um, and yeah, that's right. Architect said vibrational technology could do similar to a nuke. That's right. If they used, dude, imagine if they used some type. Well, did you guys hear about Operation Crimson Mist? This is a little bit weird, but basically they used a frequency weapon in was it Somalia? Anyways, it had catastrophic results, but that was on people, not on like buildings. But yeah, there's probably a sonic frequency weapon that could flatten everything as well, for sure. But nukes, and then they'd probably call that a nuke. In fact, Architect, they might do that and then call it a nuke and then say there's radiation there or something. Shout out to King of Bees. He said he got his chalk and it tastes great. Guys, I will say, it was 2009, eh, New Englander? Thanks, man. I will say this. It's uncertain times. Apparently, the global uncertainty index is like at the max that it's ever been. Everyone's even worse than COVID. Like people don't know what's coming around the corner. It's getting a little bit weird, especially with this war. But we do need to stay grounded. It's not going to be over tomorrow, 8 p.m. when something happens in Iran. Like it's going to be like COVID, man, where all of a sudden, boom, it's a shock. Everyone's shocked and freaked out a little bit. And then it's like a multi-year thing. So don't think like violent, immediate, sudden freak out, but think they're going to try to, there's going to be a shock. Who knows what it will be, but there will be a shock. So people are saying it's going to be worse than 9/11. I don't know in what way. Obviously, hope that's not the case. But there's going to be some type of shock, and then it's going to be like multi-years of trying to push new things into place. Which, by the way, just imagine like how hard it is to plan something that's complex. It takes years in the making for just a single person or even a bunch of people together to do. And then picture all the moving parts and how absolutely daunting the idea is of trying to literally enslave all of humanity. Like there's so many variables. There's no way their plans come into fruition. They're just having a bit of a time right now trying to get it there. But in the meantime, we do need to stay grounded. We need to keep our heads on a swivel. We need to also, this is very important, they're not stopping with the poisoning of the food, air, and water supply. Everyone's sending me pictures, chemtrails all over the place. They're still spraying us with heavy metals. We need to be detoxing. We got to keep our eyes on the prize here, which is of sound mind and sound body. It's very important. So on this live, we are giving away, shout out to King of Bees, who got his chalk. He said it tastes amazing. We're giving away 3 bags on this live of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chocolate powder, which is super detoxifying and delicious. It massively stimulates stem cell production. It's super detoxing, and it also increases bliss chemicals, which is tryptophan, dopamine, and serotonin. So super natural, super good for you, and also believed to decalcify the pineal gland. We got to talk about Florida, by the way, guys. Something about Florida I got to tell you about. So we're giving away 3 bags of the delicious detoxing lip powder. Shout out to Non-Toxic. The way the deal works, so it's first come, first serve. I just put the link in the chat, which goes to chalk.com. So Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified five-star reviews on Trustpilot. So to get the free lit, if you go to chalk.com, you'll see the Shilajit, which is on the in the male and female vitality stack. So the Shilajit is a herbal mineral compound that's harvested from the mountains in the Himalayas. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells, and it massively increases natural energy. Not in the way of like a stimulating way, more of like a natural energy that your body then produces throughout the day because it's getting the compounds which calibrate your endocrine system and your brain function. That's another thing, Shilajit, that neurogenesis, making new brain cells, gets you way better concentration, focus, and mental clarity. So the way the deal works, if you go to chalk.com and you put the male or female vitality stack in your cart, shout out to King of Bees who said it tastes, he feels super energized when he drinks it. He's got to take it easy with it because it's so powerful. Shout out to King of Bees, man. That's a good review, bro. So guys, the website is chok.com. Put the male or female vitality stack in your cart. When you put it in your cart, apply the discount code 50life and you get a lifetime 50% off discount. That's a 50 lifetime percent off discount. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, but that's half price, dude, on the stack. Then if you place the order on the live, you're getting the free $100 bag of the lit powder included automatically. So that's the deal. It's first come, first serve. We have 3 we're giving away tonight. And I'm telling you, you will love it. You can take it by the spoon dry. It's that freaking good for you. And it also has, in the male and female stack both, has the organic ashwagandha, which someone just mentioned something about ashwagandha, and then I got to answer Caddy as well. Jay Goddessy said, thanks to ashwagandha, he doesn't have to take melatonin anymore to go to bed. Dude, you must have heard my story or something, dude, because that was my thing. I mentioned this. A lot of people take melatonin because for sleep purposes, obviously. But synthetic melatonin is very unfortunate because your body becomes dependent on it. You don't produce it as much anymore. Anything synthetic is unfortunate. The chalk ashwagandha, which is in the male and female stack, massively increases melatonin production. So you get 1,000% better sleep while you're taking it. It also is extremely pro-fertile and it increases healthy mood and focus. This is considered the king of herbs in India, and it's in both the male and female stack. So you put the male or female stack in your cart, you apply the discount code 50life, 50% off for life on this live, and you get the free lit included. Caddy, I have a funny thing. When anyone says, did you get a haircut? I always say, no, I dyed the tips of my hair invisible. But I'm just joking, man. Yes, I did get a haircut. Shout out to Caddy, man. Organically, of course. Heron says she can't handle another COVID level shenanigan. You can handle, Heron. There's nothing that could be, there's no challenge that you could be presented with that you're incapable of overcoming, so you're good, Heron. Don't worry. And welcome to Rumble, by the way. Joshua is asking about the mud floods. I don't really know too much about the mud floods. I think the mud flood was just like, I don't know. Maybe there was a pretty big mud flood. It's kind of strange. Like some of the pictures of Oregon growing up, or not growing up, but being built, it was like they were digging up this whole city from underneath the mud. So I don't know exactly what happened and how that fits into, like, was that from the Great Flood? Was there cities before the earth was flooded where giants lived? Like, I don't know, man. But so who knows? Good question though. Someone on here will know a deep dive on. I know a little bit about Tartaria action, but some people think it's a psyop too. But they definitely had a different technology system back then, and stuff was better for sure. So I wonder what that was all about, and especially if they had those Cabbage Patch Kids thing. That is a strange rabbit hole. Chris said, conditioned to believe in the substrate that allows you. That's right, Chris. But Chris, expand on your thought process so I can vibe it, dude. So guys, listen, Florida. Something strange is happening in Florida. For some reason, it's like the hub state of data centers. It also is the state that has like apparently a problem with the aquifer and the water supply. Now, only because they're not tapping into the primary water cycle, where you could be tapping into water in the middle of the Libyan desert, which is what Gaddafi did. The thing is that they're not tapping into that. And they're building these data centers, and they're telling you to get a low flow toilet, you to recycle, but they have these data centers that use literally more water than entire cities over like months and months. It's freaking shocking, dude. It's totally a scam. Non-toxic, the shelf life of chalk products. So I think each one is, I think they say like 5 years. But the thing is, for example, um, and guys, by the way, there's a ton of people on the site right now, and this is pretty much the last time that we're going to be able to do 50% off. They're going to roll it back to like 10 or 15% off. So this is an absolutely wild deal, 50% off for life, and you get the $100 bags of chocolate powder included in your order if you're one of the first three. But there's a bunch of people on the site right now, so make sure you get your order in ASAP. You'll love the Irish Moss that's in the female stack, by the way, and the Tomcat Ali, which is in the male stack. And that's the one that boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. Make sure you use that code. And again, that is a lifetime. You're locked into that discount. Of course, you can, like I said, cancel or modify at any time. But keep in mind, a lot of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to get a consistent dose. But non-toxic, yeah, you're good, man. Like 5 years, I think they say. But it's kind of like when they say like pink salt has an expiration date. It's like as old as you know the Earth itself when the Earth was created 6,000 years ago. Are they about to expire? No. Shilajit. So who knows if it even really expires? But we do have to have an expiration date on it. But anyways, what I wanted to mention too is that someone made a post, and I haven't seen a post like this on Instagram in a long time. They were actually talking about minerals. I'm glad this came into my feed. And I liked the post because they were talking the same thing we've been talking about on here, which is that even if you're eating 100% organically today, 100% organic, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. And those minerals are supposed to rebuild your DNA. They're supposed to bind to heavy metals and free radicals and excrete them out of the body. And we're not getting it, dude. And it's the state of the food supply. And then also with the strange synthetic fertilizer thing that's coming around the corner as well. So if you're taking the male or female vitality stack, you're getting the full matrix of minerals in the Shilajit and in the Irish moss. So it's a freaking, it's amazing because the stacks are put together as like combos that are most potent for men and women. So you don't even have to think, like, it basically consolidates, it fully consolidates people's supplement regimens, because you don't need to be taking this other vitamin supplement and this, that, and the other. Because if you're getting the full matrix of minerals, then that makes you absorb more vitamins from the food you're eating in the first place, which is very interesting. That you actually get more nutrients from your food if you're getting the full matrix of minerals. You're getting more vitamins too. Yes, that's the plan, Matthew. Matthew said he heard they're going to put some kind of chip inside people's brains, and it will Neuralink to AI, and that's how they plan on merging. Yeah, 100. Matthew, that's exactly that is their plan. 100%. You said it, man. That's right too, Heron. Shout out to Heron on the best before thing. And to the guy asking about, where did he say about the solid copper cups? I saw a video. I don't know where you can get solid. Is he really swing? How do you know? I was just watching his videos today. Copper cups, you got to be careful. A bunch of them on Amazon are not copper. They're stainless steel. The outside is coated in copper. So, anyway, shocking, man. Non-toxic, it sounds like he wants to, oh yeah, look, non-toxic says he works with copper all the time. This is what we were talking about. There's a phenomenon where if you work with copper, you like never get arthritis. There was like copper miners who never got certain ailments being around copper all the time. So it looks like whoever just asked where you can get a real copper mug, non-toxic is a copper bottle maker, man. Shout out to non-toxic. If we did that non-toxic, I'd have to get you maybe some syrup or something, man. I really appreciate that, bro. We do have some copper cups, but anyway, I'll tell you guys all about it. Yeah, well, here's the strange part, and this is why they've been fluoridating and cranking up the cell towers and Wi-Fiing us and everything. I think it was to 100% keep us in a lowered state so that we're discombobulated, poisoned, looking around, not knowing what's going on, so that these agendas could happen. And then when people, for example, hear Trump say, a reporter asked him, and this could have been anyone. It happened to be Trump, but it could be any politician. It's any of them. He goes, the reporter says, what do you think about Americans who don't support the war in Iran? And he said, they're foolish. There's one reason we're in Iran, and it's because we can't let Iran have nuclear weapons. And it's like, that's the same freaking thing they've been, that is the exact same thing they've been saying with going to war with all those freaking countries, man. And there's other nefarious agendas afoot here. But I guess the average person goes like, yeah, we do got to stop. They can't have nukes. We have to stop them from having nukes. Of course, they could nuke us if we don't destroy their entire country. Like other shit. It's not that simple, man. It's not that. Um, wow, Sunny bought the copper bottles that are actually stainless steel inside. She's sending them all back. Good, Sunny. I'm glad. Get your money back. Romanians. I thought it was Albanians. So get this though. Oh, someone just got a stack. Okay, someone just got a male or female vitality stack at chalk.com and they used the code 50life. Shout out to who just got the male or female stack, 50% off for life with that discount, and they're getting the free $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in their order automatically. Congratulations to who just got the stack. That means we have 2 bags left. And like I said, guys, this is probably one of the last times they're going to be able to do 50% off. It's going to go back to probably like 20% off, 15 or 20% off. So if you want the free lit and a massive discount and want to revitalize and rejuvenate your DNA and your hormones and your fertility and your brain function, use that code at chalk.com on a male or female stack. Chris, where do you, that's a good question. I've seen the reverse osmosis systems and that is cool, but like, to me, if maybe I've had a bigger operation or like I really wanted to scale it up, and I did go through a decent amount of wood, burning wood to boil my sap so far. I got 2 boilers, so I have used a shitload of wood on it. And if I could cut that down hardcore with just a reverse osmosis machine, which I already have, that could be cool. But I also like would have to do it inside. There'd be a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of work cutting, splitting, stacking wood, and then burning it all to boil syrup too. So there's both lots of works. But maybe I'll look more into it. My dad sent me a video. He said, "You got to try this." I said, "Got to get tubes and hoses." And I'd actually have to get another RO system because ours is in use, right? So, Heron, that is a globe, but don't worry, it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek background prop, really. It is a globe, though. Shout out to Heron who noticed the globe behind me. Matthew's asking if he says this is the beginning of the end. Yeah, I don't know, Matthew. I mean, dude, I would never want to see America fall per se. I say fall. I say per se as in like, what do we mean by falling? But some people think a lot of countries have already peaked in how nice it was, and then things got a little bit weird in the last few decades, which I can agree, especially in Canada, of course. But anyways, I don't know, dude. That's kind of their reality. Their reality is that America falls, and then what? And all the Western countries, every country really. If you consider being merged with AI falling, then yes, it's planned that the whole world falls and becomes connected to AI and controlled by artificial intelligence. But which I think it's so obvious, by the way, that, dude, when the World Economic Forum posts that this is how they prime people, but people don't see this, they don't understand this, but you guys do, likely. When the World Economic Forum comes out in 2019 and says, could AI be better at making decisions than our own politicians or like than politicians? That's priming people to eventually, it's like conditioning you to accept the notion of, like, how about this? What if Trump drops a fake nuke tomorrow in Iran and then like Russia and China like nuke some places or some shit? Again, big bombs. Then it's framed as like, we can't have these unhinged politicians controlling militaries. We should go to like a non-biased person like AI. AI won't make mistakes like that. It won't be emotional. It'll be analytical and logical. That is a possibility. Let me know if you think so. But how did you talk to him, Swing? Let me know. Like, but I mean, that is dope. That's awesome. Thank you. But like, did you comment on his post or something, or do you and him actually talk? Because yeah, me and him, I don't even think we've ever talked. But I always knew the dude was real from the beginning, and I knew he was not a wingnut at all. Really, a chauffeur, guys. Look what chauffeur just said. But hold on. Shout out to Asher, who just got a Chad, a Shilajit, and a Minerals. Shout out to Asher Wilcox, who just got a freaking massive bundle of superfoods, major discount. Shout out to Asher, man. That means I guess we only have 2 or some odd bags of lit powder left to give away. Guys, if you're on the fence, go to chalk.com ASAP. I'm going to shout out the live on Instagram again here in a second. So we will give away the last couple bags of the lit powder, but go to chalk.com, put the male or female stack in your cart, apply the discount code 50life, get that 50% off lifetime discount, and then get the free bag of lit included. This is pretty much like the last call on the discount. And I'm about to shout out the live, so we're going to have a bunch more people on here. And we will end up giving away the last few bags. Yeah, Matthew, I mean, the thing is, even if I heard that there was yeah, I'm sure the Illuminati's plan. This is why America's food supply is the mainstream, the conventional food supply in America is the way that it is because there is an intentional plot against Americans, specifically more intense than anywhere else in the world, than any other country in the world, because America is the greatest threat to the Illuminati in the entire world. And it's not just the fucking geographical location of America, it's the people who make up America are the biggest threat to the Illuminati, which is why they've done what they've done with the food supply there, and obviously other agendas, because that's the greatest threat. So, but someone saying the United States is supposed to get destroyed and whatnot, like, I just don't even like picturing that. And it's just kind of, but yeah, I'm sure the Illuminati, if they had their way, like, America would be destroyed or some shit, but I don't really entertain those. I mean, I'm sure they'd want Canada destroyed too, and every damn country around, right? So, chauffeur though, but I know what you mean. Yes, I'm sure that's part of it. They also want to sink Japan into the ocean. Didn't you hear that the Illuminati hates Japan? And now what do you got? Japanese people used to be samurais, and now they're all into those cartoons, whatever anime shits, and they have a beautiful, unique culture, and they're not having any kids now. And look around, dude. There's a lot of countries that are having a shitload of kids, and a lot of countries that are having barely any at all. And there's some reasons for that, and it's not just because of the price and people think it's expensive, like when you have a kid. But realistically, the first 5 years you have a child, I mean, they're eating little bits of food, and then clothes, like you can go to a restore, but watch out, you don't want polyester. Anyway, they're not that expensive, and then everyone gives you stuff too. All your friends and family always, dude. Chauffeur said gas prices are through the roof. His dad paid 4,000 euros more in 2 weeks for it, becoming 20 cents more. Trucking business. Yeah. So if the trucks, at what point? I know, dude. I saw a guy in California saying, "Look at the price here. At what point are we going to have to? Is it not going to be worth it to get in the truck and go and deliver goods when the gas is getting this high?" And then again, expensive gas, expensive products, shipping, and everything. It gets passed on to the consumer. And then also with the new, this isn't for trucking because they use diesel, but the E15 shit, it's not good for your engine. People are saying they notice their gas runs out faster, even on a full tank now than before. They think they're putting something in the gas. And we know they're putting E15, 15% ethanol in the gas, but would a 5% difference make a noticeable difference as the driver? Apparently many people think so, but maybe it's more than 5%. Oh, that's right. Heron. That's exactly, well, giants were giant and everything was gianter back then, probably because of the giant trees, which produced so much oxygen. So it was a different era for sure back then. Maybe that is why they got tall and gigantic, or maybe God just made some giants and then saw them go a little bit crazy, started eating humans, you know the deal. And then he flooded the earth to get rid of the evil, Flux said it. Shout out to Flux. She said they're going to make it so bad to where we beg for their help. I'm sure that's their plan. But again, even in COVID, many people, the millions of people woke up because of those agendas they try to push on us. So whatever's coming around the corner, they're going to get major pushback. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to shout out the live on Instagram real quick, guys. Hold on a sec. Shout out to King of Bees, man. I'm stoked you got your chalk, bro. Yeah, it is a byproduct. That's right. Herod. Exactly. Yeah, Dial said, my kids have started to pick up on the lines in the sky. They're like, why do planes do that? Let me tell you, buddy boy. Well, dude, you know what's interesting is I was thinking like, you obviously don't want to tell your kids like when they're super young anything that's like shocking, right? Obviously they're pure, so you don't need to say like, yeah, there's an Illuminati. So about the trails, I'm kind of like I want to tell them about chemtrails, but then when freaking RFK comes out and says on Dr. Phil, and someone asked RFK, what are we going to do about the chemtrails, geoengineering? And RFK Jr. fully says, yeah, I don't know. We think it's DARPA. Um, and we're trying to stop it, but it's not my department, but we're trying to stop it. And then Dr. Phil goes, that's right. That's right. Dr. Phil agrees. RFK says, yeah. Like it is. So it's fucking confirmed. So kids should know that something's strange, but you don't want to confuse them. Like, why is there evil stuff going on? But it's, you got to use your discernment. But yeah, it is strange with the spraying, man, big time. Um, and fluoride, they get fined for dumping it, but yeah, don't even get me started, Aaron. Like when fluoride spills on a highway and it melts the road, but yet you can drink it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yo, did Swing, did you answer me about cultivate, elevate, Matt, right? Um, do you talk to him or did you just like comment that on his post or something? Let me know, dude. Bandrews, yes, I'll tell you 2 seconds about what you can tell your friend. I'm just shouting out the live on Rumble real quick here, or on Instagram rather. Yo, someone just got um okay, hold on a second. Which one of you guys just got like 3 stacks? I think one of you just fully oh, okay, shout out to Swing. Thank you, man. I'm excited to look at that. I don't know why excited, but I think that's cool. I like him. Someone just got a massive bunch of stacks at chalk.com with the code 50life. If anyone else is tire kicking on the website, place your order now because I'm shouting out the live on Instagram. And um, congratulations to who just got a freaking boom bang bing massive order and the free lit. I'll hype you up about it if you comment, guys, whoever just got that. Okay, let me hold on a second. Boom bang bing live title. Okay, throw an emoji in here. Shout out to Matt Rains, Nashville, Tennessee, man. Freaking awesome. Are you in the middle of this of Nashville or around the edge of it? Tomorrow. Kendall, do you get a free bag of lit with any subscription order or just a stack? Just the stack, Kendall, just because we couldn't do 50% off for life or like the 50% off discount and the free lit unless it was on a stack. Yeah. Like it's on a Shilajit, you pay like 10, like what would it be? Like $15 or something. And you get a free $100 bag, boom, bang, thing. So, you know what I mean? Um, Dude, shout out to Matt who just got his chocolate powder from his order last week. Shout out to Matt, man. That's freaking awesome. I bet you love it. I mean, I know you love it, dude, because when I first had the lit, of course, to tell a good cacao, and it's not just cacao, by the way, there's Ceylon cinnamon in there, there's organic vanilla bean powder, organic coconut milk powder, a pinch of good salt, to taste it dry, if it's really good dry, you know it's freaking good in a drink. Whereas, you know, and I guess actually technically, you guys remember Nestle Nesquik, right? I guess that was just sugar and cacao, but it was like GMO corn syrup or something. I don't know what they did, but they definitely weren't sweetening it with organic maple sugar crystals, which is what is sweetened the lit powder. The chocolate is sweetened with maple sugar crystals. Okay, hold on a second. Boom, bang, bang. Congratulations, though, who just got this massive stack, man. That's freaking awesome. Last call on the discount. I'm going to go live on Instagram real quick right now. Yeah, you know, non-toxic. It's great that people are finally waking up to space being fake, man. It's like someone, you know, you're flat. You think the Earth is flat, bro? I know that there is not even the notion of space and planets is not even what people are. They don't know how deep this thing goes, man. But people are waking up quite quickly, I'll say. Welcome, everyone. So we're just talking about the moon hoax, this total scam that everyone, for some reason, is thinking is legit, that we're actually at the moon right now or something, which is completely 100% fake, by the way. So listen, guys, we got Iran kicking off, and it's not what you think. Yes, we have the firmament. That's right. We got Iran kicking off on April 15th. They say that's the day that the last boats carrying oil are going to make it into port. And then since then, 20% of the world's oil supply is no longer moving through the Strait of Hormuz. And all the freaking oil facilities have been bombed to shit anyway. So even if right now they tried to build them back, it would be like months, if not years, before they're functioning again. There's about to be a big change. And it's going to be in the form of creating a problem, bringing the solution. People are begging for a solution. Here's the solution. And the solution is the thing they wanted to do in the first place, to be able to, they wanted to do to us, but they needed a reason to do so. It's an age-old thing. That's right. They never went to the moon. There's a reason we never went. It's a shocking rabbit hole, man. The moon, space, planets, it's all fake. Not that the moon's fake, but I don't think you can go stand on it for sure. So listen, guys, a lot of crazy stuff is going on, and I want to tell you the full-blown inside scoop of it, but I do not want to discuss it fully on Instagram like this because it's a little bit, let's just say, remember 2020? When if you said the word that rhymes with schmack schmeen, they'd put a little tag on your post that said, for more information. Like that was almost censorship, and then people were getting their accounts deleted left and right for exposing what was really going on. I don't want to get my account nuked again like I did in 2021. So I got to be careful. And I just had to pay a bunch of money to get it back too. So if you want to tune in to my Rumble live stream channel and hear the full inside scoop of stuff we can't mention here, click the link in my bio. It's Agenda 2030, Miami rather. But yeah, Project 2030, Agenda 2030 for sure. So if you guys want to tune in, click the link in my bio, click the Rumble link, and come on over to Rumble. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. And yeah, keywords though, JTAP. It's better to just rip it on Rumble, man. It's also a better viewing experience on Rumble too because you can leave the app and it will play in the background. So Rumble's an alternative to YouTube, Nina. That's right. It is on tax day. Are people still paying? We'll find out, I guess. So anyways, hope to see you guys on Rumble. Much love, everyone. This is shocking breaking news, shocking times. But keep your head on a swivel. We will win in the end. But it might get a little bit weird before human freedom is actually restored. Okay, so I'll see you guys on Rumble and we'll discuss more. Much love, everyone. That guy could not wrap his head around what I meant when I said schmack schmeen. I think we may all know. It is, Chris. It is, man. Well, dude, Chris, like when I first heard about flat Earth, and I'm like, okay, it does seem that NASA is definitely lying, yes, but is it actually flat? Like that's such a strange thought. And then for a while, I thought like to be a flat earther, like I had to learn more about it before I was going to put that label on. I didn't think that flat Earth was a psyop because even after watching a few like quick documentaries, I'm like, yeah, there's definitely something strange going on with NASA and planets and space. Like this shit is not the way it seems. But only once I uncovered and realized the biblical aspect of it, that the NASA is diametrically opposed to literally everything in the Bible. They also have satanic symbolism all throughout their organization. they also are deceiving, and NASA literally even means to deceive in Hebrew, which we all know. Then once I understood the biblical element of it and how it's actually to take your power away from knowing that you were created and there's a God and there's also Satan and they're worshiping him and he's pulling the strings right now, I'm like, hey, yeah, it's time to discuss this. Including, by the way, like the whole flat, when I was listening to this flat earth stuff at the beginning, I didn't realize to the extent that like there is no space. You're not getting through the firmament. There are no planets. And the sun is not a ball of fire. Like there's so many things. Pangea is fake. Like we could talk about all this stuff, but anyways, it is mind blowing, man. But then you really picture when you come to those conclusions, all of a sudden you can imagine how your brainwave state and your perception of your world is so insanely different than the average normal person walking around that you can see you control people by controlling their perception and shaping their perception. That's what it is with all this stuff, man. Not just the shape of the earth, but it's freaking wild, man. So yeah, controlling people's perception. And then of course, what helps the perception, whatchamacallit, be kept like that is with the fluoride and with the GMOs and the pesticides and all this crazy shit. And yeah, to make you feel insignificant, because if you're sitting there thinking we're on a spinning ball in space, hurtling at 1 billion miles an hour, and you're this little speck, like you cannot think you are not insignificant. Like you will think you're insignificant. If you're thinking you're on a spinning ball in space and there's 1 billion, trillion, fucking bajillion other planets, you literally cannot help but feel insignificant. You're like a speck in the universe. So that's probably the main reason they thought up the whole space thing. And every ancient culture that built shit that we can't build today and had all this ancient technology, they all depicted the earth as flat with a firmament, with a dome. To them, that was just, yeah, that's what it is. And all of a sudden science came along. Actually, we're on a spinning ball. Water doesn't curve, but it does in this instance. And centrifugal forces don't apply to the earth, but they apply to everything on the earth. If you understand what I'm talking about, a spinning ball, water should be flying off of it, but it doesn't happen. Also, the sun's rays of light, if it was 93 million miles away, should be all perpendicular. All the wavelengths of light coming through our skies, when the sun's shining through the clouds, the wavelengths of light should be perpendicular. But instead, if the sun's shining behind the clouds and you see the angles of light coming in at all these different angles, follow the light to its convergence point. It is not possible that it's 93 million miles away. Not even close. Literally, like, what is it? Like 30 miles or some shit? It's local, man. It's in our dome. Inception. Okay, I'll have to rewatch that one, Mel. So guys, listen, the fluoride, the chemicals, the GMOs, people are still showering in it. It's absorbing into your system. It's calcifying our pineal glands if you're still exposed to it, which most people are. It is quite hard to avoid. They make it difficult. This is spiritual warfare, and it is also silent weapons for quiet wars warfare. Frequencies, Wi-Fi, cell towers. There's an assault on us, man. And you cannot let them win and get them, their goal to alter your frequency. You don't want to go there, man. I think it is more imperative than ever before, especially with whatever psyops are coming around the corner right now, to be of sound mind and sound body, to be detoxed, rejuvenated, revitalized. It's very, very important, if not the most important. If your body is a temple and made by God, are we not, isn't, shoveling freaking canola oil and all these crazy chemicals, like that is not optimal, man. It's not. We got to be detoxing and boosting. So on this live, guys, we're giving away 2 more bags of the chocolate powder. That's the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. Super detoxing. It binds to free radicals, excretes it out of the body. Also, it massively boosts your gut microbiome, and it stimulates the production of new stem cells, which goes and repairs damaged tissues and damaged cells. The lit powder is freaking amazing. You'll love it. We're giving away, we extended the deal actually at micro extension. We're going to do 3 more bags of the lit because we already just gave away the other 3, and I guess they've decided to extend it. So we're doing 3 more bags of the chocolate powder. Yes, Matt. No, sorry, Matt. There's definitely not 8 billion people, but there is a bunch, but I don't think there's 8 billion. So to get the free lit powder, which is heavy metal tested, by the way, you go to chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. So Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. The link I sent, you want to click that link ASAP because it is first come, first serve. and we're only doing 3 left. And so this is the way the deal works. The number one superfood at chalk.com for men and women is the shilajit. It's an herbo-mineral compound coming from the Himalayan mountains. It's a hormone optimizer. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. This one has 12 clinical studies. It increases testosterone for men. It calibrates your endocrine system for women. It's also extremely pro-fertile, super good for hair, skin, and nails. And it also massively increases the production of new brain cells, which is called neurogenesis. So you get way sharper memory, concentration, and focus when you're taking it. It is a superfood. That's why Genghis Khan, Bruce Lee, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Vladimir Putin have all taken or take it. I think Putin takes it. How would he not? The Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years. Do you think he doesn't know about that? So go to chalk.com and you see the male and female vitality stacks. So in both the male and female stack is the shilajit. They also have the ashwagandha in there, which is certified organic. And it's, well, for one, it's 14 times as potent as conventional ashwagandha that's found on Amazon. It massively increases melatonin production. It's certified organic. You get 1,000 times better sleep on it. It's pro-fertile, calibrates your endocrine system, and boosts healthy mood and focus. It's considered the king of herbs in India, and that's why they put it in both the male and female stack after they saw the, 46 clinical studies on it or something. So go to chalk.com. If you put the male or female vitality stack in your cart and you apply the discount code 50life, it's a 50% off lifetime discount. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. But and we are shutting down that 50 life deal. This is probably the last night that we're actually running the 50% off. They're taking it back to like 20 some odd percent off. Chalk.com, 50 life is the discount. Put the subscription in your cart, place the order. You can cancel or modify your subscription, like I said, at any time. But keep in mind, the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to get a consistent dose. But if you place your order on the live, you're getting that free $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your order. And that is the stem cell gut microbiome, super delicious. And I think 2 or 3 people on the live just got their first bags of lit, like today or this week or last week or late. They just got their stuff and they're stoked on it. So we do have a bunch of people on here who are actively chalk enjoyers. And I'll tell you too, it's interesting because the vast majority of the shilajit that's on the internet right now is 20 to 30% water. It's significantly diluted. It usually has a bunch of heavy metals in it. Somehow they are able to call it a concentrate, despite it being a literal dilution. But anyways, chalk opted for the purified stuff, which they then evaporate the water, making it a potent concentrate. And that's how people are getting such incredible benefits from it, because it's dialed, you could say, if dialed is still on here. He'll chuckle on that, but it is friggin' a dialed compound, man. And then, of course, in the female stack, you got the shilajit, the ashwagandha, and the wild crafted Irish moss. And that moss has the full matrix of minerals. It calibrates your endocrine system. It's extremely pro-fertile. And all of those minerals in the Irish moss also rebuild your DNA, because your DNA is light codes and minerals are frequencies of light. And that's another reason why there's a war basically on the soil to destroy the microbiome or the biome of the soil, which is where the minerals are supposed to come from in the first place. Shout out to Swing. So hold on, Swing, what was your deal? I meant to read your comment. He said, whoever sends a sub for Shane's channel, I will pick one person to give $50 towards chalk. Shout out to Swing, dude, who just gifted a bunch of people, but then he ended up gifting the subscriptions. Or no, he said he was gonna. What was the deal again? he's yeah, oh yeah, someone else who gifts it, he'll give them money towards chalk. And by the way, he's done. Shout out to Swing, man. Swing also did that to Selena, who's not on that, I don't think, right now. But he literally bought her a freaking like a Chad mode in the summer, man. What a freaking giga Chad. Shout out to Swing, man. Thank you, dude. And so, does it change the viewing experience for you guys who get a membership on Rumble, by the way? Does it change the viewing experience? Does it go to like 4K or something? No, I'm just kidding. I know it doesn't, but I think you don't get like, there's some changes, obviously. There's a reason they want people doing that. Also, of course, it supports the channel, guys. So thank you, Swing. Yeah, so, but my point is that's, with the flat earth stuff, it's fucking true, man. So there's no space, there's no planets, and it's God's creation that we're in, and the Bible is real and true. And that's why what's interesting too, I notice, You can publicly roast Christianity on any single platform, no problem. Like being persecuted, they can roast Christians all they want. But as soon as you throw any other, uh, or I should say, so here's the thing: um, Christianity is not a religion; it's the truth. There's many religions, but if something is the truth and people follow that way of thinking, I don't know that it would be accurate to call it a religion. So any true believer, they're not religious. They're aware of the truth of this realm, and they know that there is a God and they have someone to be beholden to, and that they will be, at the end of it, it's not a frivolous life, YOLO, you live once, woo. There's an afterlife, dude, and you want to be dialed for that. But anyways, my point is that you can roast any other, you can roast Christianity, but as soon as you say uh any other actual religion, and you roast any other religion on any of these platforms, you completely get shut. I mean, they don't like that at all. It's a major censorship. So or they'll just shut you down. It's hateful, right? But you can roast Christian anyway. So it's interesting to see that's happening. um that's right, Isaiah. Well, Isaiah, isn't that why these rappers and different celebrities and stuff, they're not allowed to use the word Jesus in their songs? There was a famous rapper, I don't know who he was, but he said in his contract, you cannot say Jesus. And like that name alone, I think shakes up the whole system, man. Um, it does, Swing. Thank you, man. It does. But and again, the same people who are duping the education system now, and even Christian schools, which are teaching there is uh, evolution, but also we were created like there. You can't really have both. Um, and also the fact that if you actually read it, I think in Genesis, it says that once the earth, the heaven, the moon, the stars were created, like it was done being created. But NASA says the universe is constantly expanding and growing at all times. The Bible says that the earth is firm in its foundations and will not be moved. And NASA says we're moving fast as hell right now, spinning at 66,600 miles an hour and it's rotating. So listen, someone's lying. And who has, okay, so picture this. If NASA's right, and we actually are on a ball and evolution's real and blah, 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 then they gain a shitload of control with the whole perception, mind mending people's perceptions, right, in this reality. But if the Bible is correct in the true shape of the earth, age of the earth, the true nature of our realm that we live in, then all of a sudden, like 99% of shit that the system is doing now is against the Bible, against the Word of God, and is totally evil, and we'd all wake up to that. So, of course, there's an angle and an agenda to make you think that there is Pangea, because Pangea takes billions of years to form. And you need billions of years if you're going to have a fish evolve into a human eventually, or a single-celled amoeba, you know. And how do you get gold from, helium? How do you have elemental evolution, elements evolving into another element? You can't have that. Imagine trying to do that. But billions of years, you throw that in the mix, and all of a sudden. And by the way, do we all know what the official story is of how the moon? Yeah, welcome, Kitty Cat. Shout out to Kitty Cat. It's her first time on Rumble. Shame, not Mel. Mel's been here before, I think. Hey, Mel. Shout out to Mel, man. The Doomsday Clock. It's a performative thing. It's fake. It's stupid. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's a fear mongering thing, I think. But do you guys know the official story of what they say how the moon actually formed? Did you guys hear about this? It's pretty freaking ridiculous, man. Okay, hold on a second. There's a bunch of people on the site right now. If you guys are on the site, chalk.com, make sure you put that discount code on 50 life on the male or female stack, and you get the $100 bag of the chocolate powder included in your order automatically. We have 3 bags left, and from what I see, someone like Chalk's updating me in real time what's going on, and there's a ton of people on the site right now. I think they're going to end up giving away the last 3 bags like imminently. So, and again, guys, this is for one, the 50% off lifetime discount we haven't done in like 2 years, and they're going to be dialing it back to like 20% off. So if you're on the site right now, get 50% off with that code. Apply the 50 life discount on the male or female vitality stack and place your order and get the free lip powder. Um, yeah, that's probably true. Probably both, actually, Ashley. Well, hold on a second. If all the astronauts, and I don't know if all of them are, but I know that Apollo 13 or 11 or one of them, the astronauts were standing there with a Freemason ring on. And we know that in Freemasonry, you have to make a vow, like with your life, um, that you will not reveal the secrets, right? So maybe they just make these people, they say, we're going to make you a deal. You can never reveal the secrets. You'll have all the fame and fortune you'll ever need, but you cannot reveal the secrets of this thing. That's probably what it is. Or we'll kill you, basically, I'm sure they say, right? So, yeah, that's right. I know. It's wild dialed. It is actually crazy, man. Statistical improbabilities with the mainstream sun and moon angle, 100%. Um, no, you probably could see the dome, Bandrew. You probably could see the dome, man. Yeah, yeah, Chris. That's exactly right, dude. A cataclysmic explosion from two planets colliding. All the debris somehow formed into a perfect circle despite different particle sizes. Yeah, and despite like again, the only way you could fathom chunks of planets forming a perfect ball is if you have billions of years in the mix. And again, that's not that old, not even close. Now, my question though, I guess, if you zoom into the moon with a good telescope, I wonder what so isn't the moon a reflection? I think that's what people were saying, like it's a reflection of the Earth and blah, blah, blah. And I saw a model that broke down how it could actually be just reflecting the Earth somehow. Because the continents actually fit into the dark patches on the moon do appear to be the continents, but like upside down, which you'd have from like the refraction of light or whatever. Um, but so I wonder, yeah, we're gonna zoom into the moon more and see what's going on. Non-toxic, dude, I would love that, but I don't really like, dude, like people, I really appreciate you know what you should do, non-toxic? I'd take you up on making that for like a dear friend of yours or something. I would appreciate that more than you sending me stuff because I really, like people want to send me stuff sometimes. And it's like, dude, I love all you guys and I don't need you to send me stuff. Of course, you're already supporting the stream massively non-toxic yourself with taking the male stack, which did you just say that you lost 15 pounds since taking the male stack and you're like 45 days in or something? Or no, you're more than that. Are you almost 90? Down 15 pounds, and he's about to drink some lit. Shout out to non-toxic. He is down 15 pounds. Well, dude, the reason for that, by the way, is likely because uh, it certainly must be. Shilajit also is super good for your not just your hormone metabolism, but your regular metabolism. It helps calibrate your metabolism, so that can help people with their consumption of energy in the form of food and whatnot. And probably I bet you too, non-toxic, that the Shilajit, by boosting testosterone for you, that's also going to increase the efficiency that your body like burns fat or something. I can imagine that. So shout out to non-toxic, man. Freaking awesome, dude. I can't imagine a better time to decalcify your pineal gland and get into peak form and mental function and whatnot than before possibly one of the greatest psyops uh, in human history probably is what's about to be around the corner. I'm pretty sure, man. Well, dude, they're saying more than bigger than 9/11, an event that shakes things up bigger than 9/11. So to me, like there's going to be some type of energy shit going on. And then also there's going to be possibly the conflict side of it, like if there's sleeper cells in the US, uh, like I think our radars should be up right now for basically false flags, like major false flags. Now, don't go. I mean, you could, but be careful because certain events especially if people were like 9/11 kind of gets a pass. You can talk about 9/11 and say, look, something about this wasn't right. The official story is bullshit. And people don't say, like, you're disgracing the victims, etc. Whereas other false flags or events that were even staged, if you say they were or you think they were, then you can, people can say that that's like, hateful or like super bad. You know what I mean? So, but the way I figure it, you know, I'm hoping that it's just staged, whatever, if there is something about to happen, and that there isn't obviously innocent people involved. But I guess even right now, there are innocents in like Iran and all throughout the Middle East who are, getting bombed and shit. So we gotta cut that back, man. And you can see videos of they say what you want to hear in the moment, like Trump, but all these politicians. No more wars. No one needs to die in these wars in the Middle East. Blah 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 blah. And then, oh shit, like Iran has nukes. We have to bomb the fuck out of them. Like, you know what I mean? Now, the thing is though, I don't believe that Iran, like it's not like Libya, dude. I don't think Iran, I see people getting hyped up thinking that Iran is fighting for like the rest of the world. They're fighting for the Epstein victims. They're fighting for blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure many of them there are aware of like obviously the Epstein and everything. But I do think that Iran is controlled by the same hidden hand that our countries are controlled by as well. And that they're making, would that be considered a proxy war? Is that the right definition of like a proxy war where it's like staged basically from both sides? So that's what I'm freaking wondering, man. But I don't know that I don't think it's an organic conflict. Um, there is NPCs around us, but yo, Andrews, you know what you may wish to do, by the way? Um, yeah, there is many, I wouldn't like to call them NPCs. They're people who are completely unaware and don't exactly know what's going on. That's true. But you don't want to think of them and perceive them as NPCs because like you may have been an NPC in your own terms and definition like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? But you weren't an NPC. You just weren't awake. You didn't know what's going on. But yeah, there is a bunch of people who are completely fucking cluelessly unaware of what the Sam Dim is going on. 100%. Um, sec. Bang, bang. That's right, Josh. Oh yeah, watch out for that one tower in California, by the way. That got bought up by you know who, man. Hold on a second. Wow, look what Flux said. She said that she, wow, had a really good experience taking the Shilajit and the Irish moss from chalk in a very short amount of time. Seemed to have very successfully calibrated her metabolism to get in a healthy shape or weight rather. That's freaking awesome, Flux. Probably healthy shape too. Then if you and healthy weight, that's awesome, Flux. I tell you, it is clinically studied, so it's not exactly a mystery. If you're taking the Shilajit, it will calibrate your endocrine system and uh, your metabolism 100%. Yeah, I know. Buffalo Bill, he said people are riding with that Trump train 5D thing. Like, I know it, dude. It just reminds me of the brown shirts, the thing that happened in Russia when there was a million people who said uh, there was a rumor that was spread throughout Russia before the Soviets were about to fully take power. They spread this rumor throughout Russia that there is a ton of people who are working within the government who are secretly going to like overthrow it. And then so no one put up a fight because they heard that that was going to happen. And then the Soviets took, got full control and then killed everyone. Um, so yeah, it could be a psyop that there's a secret hidden hand who's the forces of good in the government as things get worse and worse. Shout out to Swing. That's funny, dude. Your address and everything. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Dal. 100%. Okay, I'm about to shout out the live real quick again on Instagram. If you guys are on the fence, last call on the free lit and the 50% off lifetime discount, man. 50% off for life with that code 50life, free lit, and the $100 bags of the you get the free lit and you get 50% off. Last call on that discount, man. That's right, King of Bees, 100%, man. And fear not, of course, everyone. That's right, Isaiah. Exactly, dude. 100%. Okay, hold on this live title. Yeah, the Ultra Stack is strong, Swing. The Ultra Stack is freaking awesome. The Tomcat, by the way, for the guys in here who haven't tried chalk yet, if you're taking the Tomcat Ali, that one is clinically studied to boost free testosterone 87% in 21 days. So if you're taking this Tomcat, you will feel a massive difference in your energy and your overall vitality with that testosterone boost. And for girls, of course, in the female stack with the Shilajit and the Ashwagandha, major hormone optimizers. Yeah, Swing. I heard the Irish moss also rebuilds your DNA because it's got the full matrix of minerals. Because Swing, you heard about how minerals are frequencies of light and your DNA is light codes. It's a pretty freaking wild rabbit hole, man. Getting in the health rabbit hole. Yeah, exactly. Ashley, who's the Alexandra girl? I haven't heard of her. Okay, stand by. A sec. Yeah, that's true. King of Bees. Okay, let me go live quick. Did you guys see that? Oh, hold on. You guys see the post I made today about the well, it was like the background. It was the pyramid of control, basically, which is us at the bottom, and then it's the fear, the military, the big pharma, education, blah, blah, and then above that it's banks, governments, corporations, and then it's the families, the secret families, and then it's Baal and Moloch, and then Satan. And I just said, guys, like, if you haven't figured it out this far, like, this is what's going on. This is what we're up against. Not in a way of like, it's this big, scary thing, but like, just to boil it down, that is what we're dealing with, you know? That's right, Immortal Yogi. Shout out to Immortal Yogi. He would know about Shilajit. Yeah, that's where the chalk Shilajit comes from, man. The Altai Mountain Shilajit. That's right, King. 100%, man. Okay, hold on a sec. Did you guys hear in Mexico they're trying to ban cash from buying it when you buy gas and something else? You won't be able to use cash, eh? Sonny, what I heard about 6-7 is that it's like in the end there'll be a battle between sixes and sevens because or something. What someone explained the 6-7 satanic thing. The rapper who popularized that has videos of him saying it's all because of Satan that he's successful and stuff. So It was from a satanic guy. I don't know. Stupid trend though. Yeah, they are actually 100%. Well, they worship a 40-foot stone owl in Bohemian Grove, which is in reference to Moloch, which is like the sacrifice demon. So, I mean, how obvious they got to make it, man. What's going on, everyone? So, in Mexico now, they are banning cash purchases of gasoline and certain grocery stores. So they're trying to basically ban a bunch of usage of cash. At the same time, Canada has a bill that's tabled where any cash transaction over $10,000 would be illegal. Um, and then eventually it would be 5,000, then eventually 1,000, then eventually cash is banned. And in order to institute this thing, you need to have, in order to make this new financial system, you need to destroy the old financial system. With what they're doing right now, with the energy crisis that is looming, the boats that have oil on them are making their way across the ocean now. But that Strait of Hormuz has not had any boats go through it. And we're coming up to like 40 some odd days soon. And it takes about that long for the boats to get across the ocean. So something strange is going to happen when the boats stop showing up. And that will do something crazy to the economy, which could make a new one after this one is destroyed. And that's where they'll say, no more cash, it's digital. This is the plan. But I'm not saying it's fully going to come to fruition, but they definitely have a plan here to reset this whole thing. And you guys are in it with me because it's a big club and none of us are in it. You'll own nothing, you'll be happy, they say. They're talking about me and you, not them, right? So we're on the same team, put it that way, despite many of our, I mean, you guys are tuning in from all over the place, but we are on the same team, man. So listen, I do want to tell you guys a lot more about what's going on, but I don't want to discuss it fully here on Instagram for obvious reasons of censorship action. Also, I just got my account back in late December after it got a strike and it got deleted and I had to pay a bunch of money to get back. So we are live on Rumble right now, which is at the link in my bio. It's free to download, it's free to watch, and it's free speech. If you want to tune in, click the link in my bio. Come on over to Rumble. Do you believe in the rapture? I'm praying for discernment, dude. But I think that a day of judgment must be coming soon, dude. Especially with that. I mean, that's what's running the show right now here, man. They're definitely worshiping the unseen and Satan. So very strange. That's right, Rapika, 100%. So I hope to see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. Much love, everyone. We'll see you there. All right. Okay, so Jesse said that Jesse said they want to kill 6 out of every 7 people, and then he said 6 out of 7 people will go to hell. Really, Jesse? Damn. Well, when he flooded the earth the first time, which he won't do again apparently, the rainbow was the promise for that. You guys know that, eh? The rainbow was the promise. Oh yeah, so this is why this is all good, by the way. Kate, thank you for reminding me. I should have had I was supposed to put fear not in the title here. But I'll tell you why this whole situation is actually good. You may be thinking, what do I mean? The way the world is being ran right now obviously is not sustainable, right? Like the evil that's happening, all the horrible shit. Of course, there's such beauty too, but like it's a bit of a shitstorm, right? And so, and I don't mean pollution wise sustainable. I mean like just the way things are going, infertility rates, civil unrest, like everything. It's like shit's about to pop off, right? But I'll say this, the reason why this is good, whatever's coming around the corner here, is because whatever happens, it's going to wake more people up. And it obviously is part of the plan and or process to get to the, final destination, one may say, which is human freedom being completely restored. Human freedom is going to be restored. We will not be paying interest to central banks and all this shit for our entire lives. It's changing in our lifetime to where it's going to be like, I know utopia sounds funny, but I mean, yes, something like that. Free energy and all that. And so darkness serves a purpose. That's right, Kate. So very soon, this is part of the plan that happens to be the stepping stones towards eventually humans waking up and the Great Awakening exactly swing. and something big happening from it. So you can't be fearful. You don't want to be in a state of fear, of course. And, it's actually good, even though it's going to get a little bit strange. But this is, if we had all the answers, this life wouldn't even be fun. If you knew what was written, if you knew the whole end goal um, of your life, it wouldn't be that exciting. That's the fun part about it. So try to embrace that. Exactly. Ashley, that's right. So guys, listen, we do know it is a full paradigm shift. That's exactly right, Kate. And it's interesting because if you've seen your explore feed lately, if it's anything like mine, you know that literally like millions of people, like the veil, there is no veil now. Like people are fully waking up out the yin yang, which is super freaking exciting and awesome. But I will say that at the same time that's happening, we know there's gonna be some shock that's coming around the corner. It's going to be some shock that's going to be bigger than 9/11. I don't know what it is yet. Um, but then it will be like years, right? It's not going to be all of a sudden, boom, and shit hits the fan. It's going to be a long, drawn out process. If they're trying to do this shit they're trying to do by 2030, it's going to be this long thing. And so we got to still keep our heads on a swivel and know that, get this, they just approved CRISPR technology, which is basically a form of, it's like GMOing, but it's a little bit different where they can insert genes a lot more like quote unquote efficiently, where they can put all kinds. They're trying to put vaccines in lettuce. They're trying to put vaccines in. They're airdropping edible vaccines for wildlife right now. By the way, so they're doing all this crazy stuff, and it's because Nikola Tesla knew this. Your frequency is everything. Your energy, frequency, and vibration. And what do you think fluoride and GMOs and pesticides and heavy metals do to your vibrational frequency? Of course, to alter it and to lower it. So it should be of utmost importance today, especially to be of sound mind and sound body. Detox the stuff, decalcify your pineal gland, be in your highest form, and also raise your frequency, man. So with that, we are giving away 2 more bags of the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia on tonight's live, which is the organic, certified heirloom, original OG cacao, which massively increases stem cell production. It's super detoxifying. It's delicious. And it also has organic Ceylon cinnamon and organic coconut milk powder in it. So it's like you can eat it by the spoon, dry. It's that good. And it's also believed to decalcify the pineal gland. So we have 2 more bags of the lit powder left to give away on tonight's live. The way the deal works, and this is for like if you're serious about upgrading your health, your vitality, your energy levels, this is you're gonna be mind blown. So the website I just put in the bottom there in the comments is chalk.com. It's first come, first serve. This is the last call of the night for the free lit. Go to chalk.com. If you see on the site, there's a hot water purified shilajit, right? That is the #1 superfood for men and women. So it massively increases, it's clinically studied to massively increase new brain cell production. It's called neurogenesis. And it's also pro-fertile. It also stimulates the processes. It has a lot to do with anti-aging. There's something in here called carbon 60, which has anti-aging effects on the body, which is freaking wild. Kate, with you talking about fasting and same with swing, I think I might start a fast tomorrow. So Shilajit, hormones, fertility, brain function, clinically studied, heavy metal tested, hot water purified. It is a potent superfood. If you go to chalk.com and you put the male or female vitality stack in your cart and you apply the discount code 50life, which I can't even believe they're doing this, 50% off for life, not 25%, not 26%, which it was for the last little while. 50% off for life on the male or female stack, and you get the free $100 bag of the lit powder included in your order automatically. Non-toxic, DM me, dude. Vitamins are a bit of a sham, interestingly, Kate, because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. So vitamins aren't even really a thing unless you get the minerals. That's exactly. No, she's right. They are a bit of a dude. You can go buy a friggin' whole pallet of vitamin supplements from a grocery store or whatever, even health food stores, and it's not going to do much. Half the time, this stuff is synthesized, so you can't even absorb it. And then the hold on a sec. Half the time, you can't even absorb it. And yeah, it's shocking, Kate. You're absolutely right. Now, also, unfortunately, we know that the way they're farming now, if you, even the organic farms, it's very strange, man. It's very strange. Synthetic fertilizers and everything gimps the soil, and then you don't get any of the vitamins that are supposed to be in there either, because the microbiome of the soil is supposed to be untampered with the chemicals, and of course the chemtrails affect it as well. But apparently, there's a bunch of people on the site right now. So if you guys want your free $100 bag of lit powder, this is the last and final call for it. It's chalk.com, CHOQ.com. Go to the site, put the male or female stack in your cart. Kate says she already has the stack and her lit. Shout out to Kate, who's loving her lit. She says she's drinking a lit right now. Freaking awesome, Kate. And then put that discount. And again, the 50% off lifetime discount, for real, this is like we're not going to see 50 life tomorrow. And I don't think they're going to bring back 50 life for a while, because obviously the free lit is one thing, $100 bag of the lit powder, and then the free, and then the 50% as well. Like, it is a shocking combo. And remember too, in the male and female stack, you have the organic ashwagandha, which massively increases melatonin production. So you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It calibrates your endocrine system. It boosts healthy mood and focus. And it also, one of the benefits to ashwagandha is that it's a hormone optimizer, a calibrator, and it's extremely good for your mental clarity. So everyone loves the ashwagandha. That's why they put it in the male and female stack. And remember, anything taken with shilajit, shilajit is a potentiator. So it increases the potential and the benefits of any other herb or superfood that's taken with it. So if you're getting the shilajit into, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. And not to mention too, like, I don't know about you guys, but I got fluoride tablets growing up instead of just drinking fluoride. I got the tablets, so it's a more concentrated form. Uh, because we were on a well which didn't have fluoride, and the doctor advised, yeah, you should probably do fluoride tablets. And meanwhile, RFK is talking about how it should be completely banned um, over there, but then the science is still settled on telling, parents to give their kids fluoride tablets. Like, what the same damn is that? McDonald's should be banned, of course, 100%. All these fast food chains, they're all toxic. A few of them have what, tallow now, but like, and then also this, people are talking about how all restaurant food is starting to taste the same now, because they're all getting supplied by the same, like, food supply bulk ordering company, Cisco. Do you guys have Cisco in the States, or what do you guys have? That's like the truck that delivers food to every single restaurant that's coming from the same farms or the same process and everything. It's not like it used to be, man. We need to go back to small scale farming, people getting stuff from their areas. And by the way, there's a whole different frequency change that happens to your food if you're eating food that is grown near you. It's a big deal. The geographical location is important of where your food's coming from. Um, Now, of course, that's like your seasonal stuff like that. Um, but for example, stuff that does come from far that you can't get elsewhere, it's like, yeah, definitely get it into you. Like lemons, they're still quite good for you, though they're not, unless you guys live in Florida. You guys have lemon trees? Like, that is so cool, man. I've never seen a lemon on a tree. I mean, in person. So, but it's interesting too, because the story of how they, whatchamacallit, the Irish moss. So that was the one in the female stack. And basically, they found that Irish moss, when it's growing wildly, it has an effect where it's one of those plants that looks like the part of your body that it's good for. And so it looks like your bronchioles in your lungs, and it's extremely good for lung function. So that's a really, and then you also, like walnuts look like your brain, it's good for your brain. So there's a lot of foods that are good for the part of your body that they kind of look like, significantly look like, actually. Um, which is pretty freaking cool. Is that a coincidence, or is that God's design, man? Eddie said Cisco bought out all the other suppliers just using them as distributors. That's right, Eddie. Did that just happen? Because that's what I heard. Um, I saw it like 2 days ago or something. Some big acquisition just happened with Cisco. Um, isn't it CIS though? Isn't it CI, not SY? But let me double check because now is this a Mandela effect? Cisco. Oh no. Okay, there is a CIS, but Cisco. Oh no, it is SYS. Okay, you're good. There's a couple other Ciscos, but they're spelled a bit differently. Shout out to Kate. Thank you for joining, Kate. Kate's in. She says visit Florida, but aren't you in? You're not in Florida, are you, Kate? I thought you were in more north of that. Markets, to get the free lit powder, you just got to go to chalk.com, CHOQ.com, put the male or female stack in your cart, apply the discount code 50life to get the 50% off lifetime discount, and then you're going to get the free lit included in your order automatically. That's right, Isaiah. Exactly. The less processed, the better, you know. In the last few months, Eddie, yeah, that's what I heard. So again, this is what it is, right? Consolidating. Corporate consolidation, everything consolidation means that there's less moving parts to control the whole operation, which is obvious to think about. But what I'm saying is, when there's less options, then we have a very strange situation where they can easily mandate and implement things that all of a sudden are across the board. For example, if there was only Walmarts and there's no mom and pop shops that you could barter with, it was just like these main corporations. Like that's obviously where they want to take it, you know. Yeah, Africa. This guy Tony said he fears for countries with no oil like us in Africa. Yeah, well, dude, you know what I was thinking? Like, unless you lived in a city in Africa, if you were like in a village, you guys really don't use much oil anyway, kind of sometimes, right? Like if you're farming and stuff. Like I was thinking if shit hit the fan, if you're in the mountains of Afghanistan where they all just kind of go around on, on their carts and everything, and they got horses and goats and stuff to get around, and their food supply is super local because they don't. But of course, I know a million trucks go through Afghanistan too. But I feel like if you're in a spot that's already set up, that's rural, then you should be good to go. But not in places where you're rural, but you're next to a city with 10 million people that's 50 miles away. Like that's where it gets a little bit, could get a little bit hairy. But again, I don't think it's going full Mad Max, man. I don't think they want a controlled burn, and you don't have the amount of control if it's a full Mad Max scenario. Okay, hold on a second. So last call, guys, on the free lit powder, chalk.com, CHOQ.com, $100 bag of lit and 50% off for life if you use that freaking code. Shout out to Non-Toxic again, or sorry, Non-Toxic, shout out definitely, and Swing. Swing for the subs and Non-Toxic for his excellent interjections. Navril has cattle and garden, or a livestock and garden. That's freaking awesome, dude. We want to definitely be doing that, thinking about growing whatever you can. You know, it's really true that we weren't supposed to tap a card to be able to eat and pay taxes to be able to eat. We're the only thing that pays to live here, man. It's very interesting, but we know why. It's all part of this. It's coming to a head though, this whole plan, man, and it's been cooking for a few thousand years. Yeah, that's right, Isaiah. Scratch Kitchen. Is that like a place, or do you mean places that cook from scratch? Let me know, man. Okay, guys. So free lit, 50% off for life. We're going to extend the deal for another 30 minutes or so. So if you go to chalk.com, you get a male or female stack, and you place your order with the 50 life discount, you're getting a $100 bag of lit included in your order. Make sure your live notifications are on so you know when we're live tomorrow. We'll be streaming again. Thank you all for joining. Keep your head on a swivel with what's coming around the corner. Non-toxic, that's right. Much love, everyone. Thank you all, and we'll see you on the next one.